a joy to see the 25th of May 2024. Today, by God's grace, we shall be considering how to live a sacrificial life. The book of Romans chapter 12 verse 1 says, "Therefore I beseech you, brethren, that you present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable act of worship." Our life is a sacrifice unto God. And until we begin to see that there is nothing that comes by our life that will not release unto God, until we begin to see our life as a sacrifice, everything that has to do with us cannot be actually acceptable unto God as a worship. So today we shall be considering how I can live a sacrificial life. Number one, to live a sacrificial life, we must recognize the ownership of God over all we have. Recognize the ownership of God over all we have. And what does that mean? It simply means you must see yourself as a steward of everything God has given unto you. Everything God has given unto you is not actually yours, but God gave them to you. So you are a steward of what God has put in your possession. In other words, anytime God make a demand for that, it won't be too difficult for you to release them. Why? It's being kept in your care. It's being kept in your care. So you are a steward of God's goodness. You are a steward of God's bounty. You are a steward of God's beauty. So how can I live a sacrificial life? Is by recognizing the ownership of God over everything He has given to me. Number two, how can I live a sacrificial life? By absolute and total obedience to God's instruction. Wow. Absolute and total obedience to God's instruction. There are so many things God will instruct us to do, but if you have seen our life as a sacrifice, it won't be difficult for us to obey Him. Why? Our life is a sacrifice. Do you know a typical sacrifice? You see an altar and you see an element for sacrifice. The element for sacrifice, the man is being placed on the altar, has no right to complain that what do you want to do with me? Because it's a sacrifice. The total dependency, it depends totally on the intention of the man that wants to sacrifice him. Therefore, that is the same way God wants us to live our life. Living our life in total obedience to His instruction. And I trust that as we go about this word and ruminate on this word, trusting God to help our life to live fully in being a sacrifice unto Him, I know His grace shall be released unto us. And until I come your way tomorrow morning again on this channel of Fresh Air Daily Devotional, stay blessed.